Bob Jefferson, whom I'd worked with when he surveyed the railroad route through Gorson Pass, had asked me to look in on Father Luke at Santa Rosa Mission. Said he wanted to talk to me. I couldn't figure out how he knew me in the first place, and since I hadn't had much to do with priests, I was a little nervous.
Come in, come in.
Father Luke?
Yes, and you must be Mr. Bonner.
Yes, sir.
Come in, Mr. Bonner, and make yourself comfortable.
Thank you.
How long has it been since you were inside a church, Mr. Bonner?
Oh, well, too long, Father.
Well, we're human in spite of what some people say. Please, sit down and relax. I'm sure it must have been a tiresome trip. A little wine, perhaps. We make it ourselves. We're very proud of it.
No, thank you. Father, I understood you wanted to transact some business with me. The word I got was urgent.
If it's business you want, business you shall have. Mr. Bonner, I sent for you because your name has come to stand for courage and integrity in this territory.
How can I help you?
Ours is an order of missionaries, Mr. Bonner. Some of us, myself included, have established missions in the most remote parts of this country. One such mission has not been heard from in much too long a time. I have been assigned to go to that mission and see that all is well with the priest.
Well, that shouldn't be difficult for you, Father. If I were to guess, I'd guess you to be an experienced trailhand.
You'd guess wrong. I've been concerned with other things. I need a guide, Mr. Bonner. A good one. I need you.
I'm not a professional guide, Father. Of course, if I knew the country...
I understand you know it well. Our trip will start here at Santa Rosa, go over into Arizona to Santo Domingo.
Santo Domingo?
Yes.
But that's strictly Indian country. I don't believe there's been a white man in there for years.
There has been one, and I must find him.
Could be dangerous, Father. There are no trails. We'd have to make our own.
I'm prepared for that.
I hope you are. Well, the tally checks out just fine, Father. You've bought enough beans and meal to supply a whole army.
That's an interesting comparison.
I don't suppose you'd be willing to consider changing your mind.
I put it off much too long already. There'll be no more delays.
That about sums it up. We're ready to move.
Oh, Mr. Bonner, there is something else that I should tell you.
What's that?
The supplies on that wagon are not just for the two of us. There will be others on the trip.
That's a welcome surprise to me, Father. We can use a couple of good hands on country like that.
No, I'm afraid you don't quite understand. Good afternoon, sisters. Please come in. Mr. Bonner, Sister Marquette, and Sister Teresa.
Mr. Bonner, I'm very proud to meet you.
I'm happy to meet you, sister. And you, too.
Indeed, Mr. Bonner.
Well, Father, I'm anxious to meet our passengers.
You just have.
The sisters?
That's correct, Mr. Bonner.
They are nurses as well as teachers. We are told that the Indian women and children are badly in need of such care.
They've been in need of such care for centuries. A little while longer won't make any difference.
A little while longer will bring snow, and that will mean the delay of another year.
Those Indians are hunting scalps, not reading and writing.
I don't hand out the assignments. I just accept them.
Father, it was bad enough to hope that you and I could make it alone. With these women along, we don't stand a chance.
You are a man of very little faith, Mr. Bonner.
I know the country better than you, Father.
You may know the country.
Excuse me, Father. May I have a word? Mr. Bonner, we have not come this far just to cause trouble. I think you know that. But we have our missions to accomplish. If we're successful, maybe it won't be so dangerous for the next ones.
Sorry I lost my temper. I realize that to ask a man to participate in a cause in which he's not really
Father,
a part...
do you think these sisters know just what such a trip means?
I think we know, Mr. Bonner.
I think you don't, sister. Have you ever seen an Indian smeared with war paint with a scalping knife in his hand? Have you seen men and women staked out on the plain to die in the sun?
No, and I don't think you have, Mr. Bonner.
What can I do to convince you people?
Is it possible that I overestimated you, Mr. Bonner?
It's entirely possible, Father. I'm sorry. Good day.
Just a minute, sisters. I'll help you.
Okay, sister, let me help you. There you are, Father.
Good morning, Mr. Bonner.
You know, I still couldn't believe that you intended to make this trip.
Oh, there's one more thing. If you'll give me a hand, it'll only take a minute. Then you can be on your way and we'll be on ours, huh?
It's a mighty handsome bell, Father.
I don't suppose it makes any difference to the Lord. But a mission doesn't seem complete to me without a bell.
Or a priest?
Sun's getting high, Mr. Bonner. The sisters and I should be hitting the trail.
Hold it, Father. If I can't talk you out of this trip, well, least I can do is go along with you.
You have a very great talent. It isn't every man who can make one feel at home out in the middle of nowhere.
Think nothing of it, sister.
I think you should make some girl a very acceptable husband.
Coming from Sister Teresa, I would consider that a compliment of the greatest proportion.
Father, maybe you can tell me something. Why is it that women, all of them, always want to talk about marriage?
I would hardly consider that a basis for complaint, Mr. Bonner. Somewhere inside you, she sees a gentleness, a kindness. Like every other young woman, she doesn't want to see it go to waste.
But she's a nun.
And she's a woman, Mr. Bonner.
About 3 or 4 hours. We just as well stay there for the night. It's as good a place as any among these bluffs.
Well, now we'll get some rest, huh? empieza dando. Thank you.
Thank you, sister.
You do wonders with these dried beans, Sister Teresa.
It's a simple formula, Father. A cup of beans, a little luck, and 2 very hungry men who would eat anything after 4 weeks on the trail.
Amen.
I've got a favor to ask, Father.
Anything at all, Mr. Bonner.
Well, it's this Mr. Bonner business. Would you mind calling me Vint? All these Mr. Bonners will spoil me for when I get back among just everyday folks.
Well, speaking for myself, I should be delighted. As for Sister Teresa, you'll have to take that up with her yourself.
Well, sister?
I would consider it an honor, Vint.
Thank you.
To have put it off wouldn't have softened the blow.
It looks like you've come a long way for nothing.
No, Vint. This is a beginning.
We are 2 men and a girl, Father. This was done by Apache warriors. They don't play by your rules.
Have we given them much chance?
What about the girl?
Sister Teresa may return with you if she wishes. That is a decision you will have to get from her.
Sister, we've come far into dangerous country. The Indians raided the mission once. They can do it again. If you wish, I'll take you back to your convent.
I know that you're only thinking of us. But what you see around you is not the product of defeat. It's more a reminder of all the work there is to be done. If I am to help, I must be where I am needed.
To do a man's work?
God's work.
Well, Father, you've got your bell.
A truly beautiful sight.
It's wonderful, Father.
50, 100 years from now, when men have forgotten the differences that caused the bloodshed here, they will still see the bell. But enough preaching for today. I think we owe ourselves a little celebration.
Listen, we can't just leave him here. We've got to help him. We can't just leave him there. We can't leave him there. We've got to help him. But he's hurt. He'll die if we don't go back.
Too late, sister.
No.
He's dead.
Not Father
He's
Luke.
got an arrow clear through him. He was a fine man, but he was only a man.
And us? What about us?
We can wait.
It was a typical Apache trick to strike with terror and then wait for panic.
Anything?
I can't figure it out. They should have rushed us by now. She was frightened, I think, but she didn't show it. She had real courage.
Is there any chance for us?
Some, maybe.
You can be truthful with me.
Sister, I don't know how many there are of them, but there's only 2 of us. These people haven't changed their customs for hundreds of years. To them, you'll be like any other white woman. They'll have no respect for what you wear or what you stand for.
This could be it. I didn't know what to expect, but this could be the bait. I decided to hold my fire. Since he was alone, I'd better not show my hand yet. Looked like he was wounded, but I had learned long before to never trust appearances where an Indian was concerned. Flowered shirt meant he could be a chief's son. He was hurt all right. Looked like he'd taken a bad fall.
There. That ought to keep it clean until he can get back to his own people.
You want to let him go?
Yes.
Let every brave in the countryside know that there's only 2 of us here?
I wouldn't be surprised if they know it already, Mr. Bonner. He's only a boy. I want you to let him go.
For the life of me, I cannot say why. But I did as she said.
I admire your trust, sister. But we're getting out of here, even if I have to tie you hand and foot to do it. If you're wrong, we'll be dead by nightfall. If I'm wrong, we'll live a little while longer.
And Father Luke?
I'll dig a place for him.
By his bell, Mr. Bonner. I think he would like it like that.
This was borrowed time, all of it. By everything I knew, both of us should be dead by now. He broke the war arrow. I could hardly believe my eyes. That one act of Christian charity could conquer an Apache war party seemed impossible. Buffalo hides, blankets, each brought a peace offering. Here, sister, let me add mine.
Then I already have much more than I can ever spend.
Someday you'll have need of it. I knew she would be safe. It says in the book that faith can move mountains. It seems more important to me that it can move people.
John Payne, starring in The Restless Gun.
How could I know that two things would happen that bright spring that would change my life? And that after that time, I'd never be the same man again. First, I would kill a man. And then I'd meet a woman, the only one I'd ever loved.
Wake me up in the morning from 1 till 6. Knock at the door just after 4. I'm up in a couple of ticks. At a party or a christening, I stay out now and then,
Lem.
and I'm nearly dead if I'm not in bed.
Lem, what's the matter with you? You deaf or something?
Oh, it's you.
Well, who did you think it was? Where's Scar?
No, Vint. Oh, Vint. I don't want you to be flying off the handle.
Why should I fly off the handle?
Well, the truth of the matter is, Vint, the fact is, Scar ain't in any stall at the moment.
Why not? What happened?
Well, nothing happened. You know, I wouldn't let anything happen.
Well, then, tell me, where is Scar?
Well, you know Jesse Alden, runs the Weekly Crier. Him and his wife, Zoe. Well, they have a young lady visiting them. Myra Barker, her name is. She's Zoe's niece.
What in thunder has this got to do with my horse?
Well, that's what I'm trying to tell you, Vint. This Myra Barker come in this morning and took Scar out for a wee bit of a canter.
She what?
Well, now, Vint, it seems that she's from the east. She's from the east, and the poor girl hasn't got a horse of her own, see? And sometimes of a morning, she comes in here and rents one of mine.
Well, did you tell her that it was my horse and it wasn't for rent?
Of course I told her. I said to her, says I, it's my very words, I says, that's Vint Bonner's horse and no man rides him. And then she laid her eyes on me. And Vint, I have never seen such a beautiful woman in all me.
I don't care what she looked like. The idea of you letting anyone get on my horse. I've had that horse since it was a colt. I broke him myself. The last stranger that tried to ride him got thrown 20 feet in the air, straight up.
You know, I thought that Scar acted a wee bit skittish when she was getting on him this morning. And I said to myself, I says, Scar just ain't used to being ridden side saddle.
Side saddle? Do you mean to tell me she's riding Scar side saddle?
Now, Vint, I told you she was a red lady. Now, I told you.
Well, she's not going to look like much of a lady lying out in the desert someplace. Loan me one of your horses, we'll go get her.
Hold it, Vint! Here she comes now, coming down the street. Vint, I never knew that Scar enjoyed being rid side saddle.
Neither did I.
And him behaving so gentle-like. And here you had me all worried saying Scar that would let nobody else ride him.
Thank you, Lem. And thank you, Scar. Oh, he's a wonderful animal. The man who owns him must be very proud.
I am.
You took me by surprise.
Oh, Miss Barker, this is Vint Bonner. You remember, he's the one I told you that owns Scar.
Oh, yes, of course. How are you, Mr. Bonnet?
Oh, fine. How are you?
I hope you don't mind my borrowing Scar. Mr. Truitt didn't want me to take him, but I just couldn't resist the way he looked at me. It was almost as if he were asking me to take a trot.
Was. It was?
Well, take good care of him, Mr. Bonner. You wouldn't want anything to happen to a wonderful animal like that.
Miss Barker.
Yes, Mr. Bonner.
If you wanted to take him out again sometime, well, what I mean is, I'm going to be in town a few days.
Why, that's very kind of you.
And you just tell Lem here when you need him, and he'll tell you when I don't need him.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, goodbye for now. I hope I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye, Lem.
Here you are, raising Cain because I let her borrow Scar for a morning. And now you're volunteering to let her ride him any time that she takes a fancy to it. I don't understand it.
You know something? I don't understand it either. Hi there, Jesse.
Hello, Vin.
Jesse, I was down at the livery stable this morning, and I met,
Mr. Bonner,
Miss Barker.
I was hoping I'd run into you.
You want to borrow Scar again tomorrow? Is that it?
Well, it's about Scar, but I'm afraid I won't be borrowing him anymore.
Well, he won't mind. And I'm sure I won't.
Well, thank you, but... Well, you see, I found out that I was quite wrong in taking him this morning. Uncle Jess told me that out west, a man's horse is something he doesn't loan out as a rule. I'm terribly sorry. I didn't mean to be so inconsiderate.
Oh, you weren't inconsiderate, Miss Barker. Maybe back east they have different customs, that's all.
Then I'm forgiven?
I'd say you're more than forgiven.
You're very generous, Mr. Bonner. Perhaps you'll have dinner with us some evening.
Oh, I'd like that.
Just so I can prove to Uncle Jess that I haven't completely disgraced the family name. My Aunt Zoe is a very good cook.
I've heard that about Mrs. Alden.
Any evening at all, I'm sure you'd be most welcome.
Well, since I'm not going to be in town very long, maybe we ought to make it soon, huh?
Maybe we ought at that.
Like tonight.
I think tonight would be just fine, Mr. Bonner. We usually eat around 6:30. Would that be all right with you?
I'll be there, 6:30. And thank you for the invitation.
Oh, you're more than welcome, Mr. Bonner.
Miss Alden, I've heard people brag about your cooking, but they never did you justice.
Oh, Sid. Here, have another piece of shortcake.
No, ma'am. Thank you. 3 helpings is enough.
Well, if you're certain.
I'll have another piece.
Now, Jesse, you've had enough already. Besides, a shortcake ought to do for 2 meals.
Well, you just offered Vinton a...
That's different. He's company.
Oh, for heaven's sakes.
Jesse.
What's the matter?
Well, come on. Aren't you going to help me with the dishes?
With the dishes? Myra usually helps with the...
Myra has a guest.
Oh, how about me helping you with the dishes tonight, Zoe?
We put up the porch swing this afternoon, Vint.
Did?
I know it's kind of early for it, but there sure is a feeling of summer in the air.
Nice evening, isn't it?
Nice. Yes, nice evening.
You know, you're not as vague as you'd like people to believe, Mr. Bonner.
I'm not?
No, you aren't. You know perfectly well that Aunt Zoe has been throwing me at you all evening. I knew she would when I invited you here.
You did?
I think I'd better explain. You see, I'm sort of a disappointment to Aunt Zoe. She's been doing everything in her power to marry me off, but so far she hasn't had much luck. Well, the young men she's introduced me to have all been very nice and very pleasant, but... Well, the truth is, I don't want to get married.
You don't?
No, Mr. Bonner, I don't. I haven't the slightest interest in settling down and cooking meals and raising children. Oh, maybe someday, but certainly not now.
You don't want to get married?
No. And from what I hear from Uncle Jess, I understand you don't either.
That's true. That's true.
Well, so I thought that, well, having you to dinner would be a good way to, well, please Aunt Zoe, and as far as we were concerned, we might get to be friends, but there'd be no danger of going beyond that point.
That's right. No danger at all.
But now you mustn't tell Aunt Zoe that the only reason I invited you here is because you're not, well, matrimonially inclined.
I won't say a word.
Good. Well, now that that's all settled, shall we go inside?
Myra,
Yes, Vince.
Well, since there's no danger, it's a pretty night. Couldn't we stay out a little longer?
Whatever you say.
You know, I know exactly how you feel. My friends are trying to get me married off all the time. Well, they mean well. They've got good intentions.
I've been through it for the last 5 years. I thought maybe it would be different when I came out here, but it isn't.
I don't know how long I'm going to be in Willow Fork, but a friend of mine's trying to buy a ranch close by here, and if the deal went through, he wants me to be foreman, and now, if I were going to be here for a while, we could make kind of a bargain.
Yes?
Well, you see, since you don't want to get married and I don't want to get married, maybe we could see each other once in a while. It would take the marriage pressure off of both of us.
Well, I suppose so, but...
Yeah, you see, your Aunt So would be happy, and my friends would be happy, and besides, you're very good company, Myra.
Why, thank you, Vince. You're pretty good company yourself.
And you're pretty, too. Then, of course, when there's a church social or something, why, we could go together. And then when there's a hayride, why, we could have some fun together. And well, I'll talk to you about it. Good night, Myra.
Good night, Vince.
Well, I saw a lot of Myra after that. A week or so later, there was a party over at the Petersons' place. Then a dance over at the Oddfellows Hall, and now there's hayride we've just been on.
You haven't said a word since we left the hayride. It was fun, wasn't it?
Yeah, sure.
You don't sound like you enjoyed it very much.
Well, I don't much enjoy spending an evening all by myself.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that you were so bored. Well, it's pretty late. I won't ask you in.
Good night.
Vince! Now, what's wrong? You're cross as an old bear.
Well, I don't see why you had to spend the whole evening talking with that Morgan fella.
Morgan?
Yeah, giggling and carrying on. What was so gol darn funny anyway?
I don't know. Ed Morgan can be very amusing.
Oh, sure, he's funny as a crutch. I took you to the hayride. He didn't. If he wants a girl, let him bring one of his own.
Now, just a minute, Vic.
Just a minute, what?
We have an understanding, remember? The only reason we see each other is because it's convenient. Why, we're not going together or anything remotely resembling that. Why, we're not even interested in each other romantically.
How do you know we're not interested in each other? How do you know I don't want to marry you? I don't know how it happened, Myra. And don't laugh at me. But will you marry me?
Marry you?
I know about our arrangement and all, but I had to ask.
You'd better be careful, Vint. I might say yes.
I wish you would, Myra. More than anything in the world, I wish you would.
But we both said we didn't want to settle down. We weren't interested in love or marriage.
But a man can change his mind. I'm no prize, Myra, and I haven't got much, but I've got a little money. We could buy a ranch, maybe, if you like.
I haven't said I'd marry you, Vint.
I thought maybe you cared.
I'm in love with you, Vint.
Well, Myra.
It wouldn't work, not a marriage between two people like us.
Why wouldn't it work?
We're not children, Vint. We're used to leading our own lives. We've never put down roots, either one of us.
Maybe it's time we did put down some roots.
I've got to think it over. I've got to be certain.
All right. I don't want to rush you. How long do you want me to wait?
Let me sleep on it. Tomorrow I'll tell you then.
I hope it's yes, Myra.
Good night, Vint.
Well, I've put in some long days in my life, but that next one was about the longest I ever spent. Every once in a while, I'd start thinking that it just couldn't be, that I'd actually asked a girl to marry me. And then I'd think of Myra, and I could almost see her in front of my eyes, and all of a sudden it seemed like asking her to be my wife was the most sensible thing I'd ever done. Hello, Myra.
You're early, Vint.
I guess I am a little.
I was afraid maybe you'd be late, or maybe you wouldn't come at all once you'd had a chance to think things over.
Well, I didn't have anything to think about. Well, Myra?
I'll marry you, Vint.
Yes, Myra.
I couldn't turn you down even if I thought it was best. Even if I knew it was.
This is the best.
Is it, Vint? Are you sure?
Of course I'm sure.
Are you sure that the day won't come when you're sorry you're tied down? When you're sorry you can't go off on a cattle drive to Kansas or head over to a mining camp in Nevada or just be by yourself when you want to?
Dear, I've had my share of mining camps and cattle drives. And I don't want to be alone anymore. Besides, settling down is just as hard on you as it is on me.
Oh, no, it won't be as hard. A woman has roots even if she doesn't realize that they're there all the time just waiting to take hold. No, Vin, it's much harder for a man.
It'll work out, don't you worry about it.
Vin, I've never mentioned it. I don't even want to think about it, but you killed a man the week we met, remember?
There was a reason.
Oh, darling, I'm sure there's always a reason. Or a friend who needs you. You and your gun.
And the friend will just have to do without.
A man like Sheriff Jennings at Eagle Falls. That kind of friend.
Why do you mention Sam Jennings' name? You don't even know him.
A man came into my uncle's office this morning while I was there. He said there'd been some trouble there over a month ago now.
A month ago?
The sheriff was wounded. The man who did the shooting had a grudge against you. He was looking for you, and that's why he went to Eagle Falls. Prescott, I think that was the name mentioned.
Bide Prescott?
Yes. Does he have a grudge against you, Vint?
He could have.
You'd like to go, wouldn't you? Because of what he did to your friend and what he might do to others.
Myra, I never liked to go after any man.
But this time you think you should, don't you?
Oh, Prescott isn't here, and Eagle Falls is over 100 miles...
You haven't answered my question, Vint. Do you think you ought to go after him?
If what you say is true, and Sam Jennings got hurt on my account, and there's no one else...
Go ahead, Vint. Go on to Eagle Falls.
You want me to go? You don't mind?
No, I want you to go.
Oh, good, Myra. It won't take long. I'll be back.
No.
What?
Don't come back. Please don't ever come back. Because someday it will be you lying dead in the street.
What are you talking about?
There will always be a body Prescott or Sheriff Jennings. Oh, you turn them down. You'd shut your ears, but you'd still hear it. And inside you'd feel that it was me holding you. And it would be me.
But, Myra, listen.
Please, Vin, don't come back. Don't ever come back.
Myra.
Hold up a minute, will you?
Howdy, Jesse.
Vin, could you step into the office a minute? I wanted to talk to you. It won't take very long.
All right. What do you want to talk about, Jesse?
Vin, what about you and Myra?
Well, what about it? She's a nice girl, fine girl. Look, if that's all you wanted to talk about...
Now, wait, Vin, wait. Now, sit down a minute. Now, you're leaving here because Sheriff Jennings of Eagle Falls sent for you. Now, that's the reason, isn't it?
How did you know that?
Oh, Vin, I don't want you to think that we meant to eavesdrop on you last night when you were talking to Myra. My wife happened to leave the parlor window open. But anyway, it isn't true what Myra told you.
What isn't true?
Well, almost all of it. That part about Sheriff Jennings sending for you. The fellow from Eagle Falls didn't even mention your name. And as for Sam Jennings, he's all right. He doesn't need help from anybody.
Are you sure?
I'm sure, Vin.
Why did she do that? Why?
Well, I think I know why. I think she was maybe trying to test you. Women will do that, you know.
She couldn't have cared very much. Not to play a trick like that.
Oh, no? Well, then why did she spend all night crying her eyes out? And why was Zoe with her up until all hours, commiserating?
Thanks, Jesse.
Well, didn't you? You're not leaving Willowport?
No, I'm leaving.
But if you love her and she loves you...
Jesse. It's enough that she cried over me for one night. You know, I remember when I was a little kid. My father was a lot like me. Always traveling, looking for a new job, a new frontier. He loved my mother. Loved her a lot. She loved him too. But she spent lots of nights crying her heart out. And I remember. I wouldn't want that to happen to Myra.
But then, some of these days, maybe you'll change.
Maybe. Maybe I will, Jesse. I've heard it said that all men kill that which they love, and their chance of getting it. What do you think about that?
Situation and a serious one, Vint.
You're not talking about a real cannon, are you?
Seems there's a fool Dutchman up there, calls himself Wilhelm Augustus von Ritter. He set up a toll gate back of Saddleback Pass, and he's got a real cannon.
What you need is a troop of cavalry or some artillery. You don't need me.
It's only one man and one cannon. All I want you to do is go in there and serve a notice to cease and desist.
Well, I was going by San Marcos.
Oh, good. Fine. Now, here's your badge. Here's the order. And here is a copy of the Constitution and Bill of Rights. I hear this fellow studied up on the law.
Now, just a minute, Gavin. I'm no lawyer.
Neither is he. Raise your right hand.
Good morning, Kurt.
Oh, good morning, Miss Heidi.
I just finished churning some nice fresh buttermilk.
Thank you, Miss Heidi. Ah, that's good. Good.
Oh, you better put on your uniform. Here comes a customer.
Is 25 cents, sir.
The toll to cross what?
The domain of Baron Wilhelm Augustus von Ritter, sir.
Domain?
I told him nobody would know what domain means, but that's what they calls his land.
Is that cannon loaded?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
You a soldier in the Baron's army?
Yes, sir.
How many men you got in the army?
Well, only 2 at present, sir. Just me and the Baron. But we don't need a big army with that cannon.
If I jumped over that post, you'd shoot me with the cannon.
Oh, no, sir. The Baron is the only one who's allowed to shoot the cannon.
I wonder if you'd tell the Baron Deputy U.S. Marshal Bonner would like to talk to him.
United States Marshal?
That's right.
Oh, that's different.
Enter!
Sir, Deputy United States Marshal Bonner wants to talk. I mean, craves an audience with your grace.
Granted. Return to your post. Come in, Marshal. Sit down.
Thank you.
Order! Beer! I am man of few words, Marshal. And so I ask, what you want?
I want you to get rid of that cannon and the toll gate.
By whose order?
By the orders of the United States Marshal.
United States Marshal, Papa. I knew it. I knew that cannon would be in trouble yet.
Silence! Women know nothing of the law, Marshal, but I do. I am 100% American citizen. I never break the law.
Well, what about the cannon?
Article 2 of the Bill of Rights. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. It says.
Yeah, but that means to bear arms, to be able to lift, to carry. You can't carry that cannon.
Ha! Now, first things first. The right to bear arms. Did I or didn't I bear it?
Well, I guess you bore it.
And another thing, Mr. Deputy Marshal. If you are a Deputy Marshal, The Fourth Amendment states, and I quote, "The right of the people to be secure in their persons. I am a person. Houses. That is my house. Papers and effects. My cannon is an effect.
I would say your cannon is more of a cause than an effect.
Against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated." It says.
Well, this warrant was issued on probable cause, supported by affirmation, and it describes the place to be searched and the thing to be seized.
Meaning my cannon?
Meaning your cannon.
Court! Raise your hands, mister. This way. This way. Stay. In you go, mister. Oh, Tunk! Back to your post. March! Yes, sir. Now then, you have the honor of being the first to occupy my jail, Mr. Deputy Marshal. If you are a Deputy Marshal.
You saw the badge.
Maybe you found it. Maybe you stole it. But here you stay till I write to Austin to find out. Now what you got to say, huh?
I think you're out of your mind.
Eh?
I think you're loco. Nuts.
So, we find out who is loco. My fine young smart aleck. We find out who is nuts. Find out. We find out who is not loco. We find out.
This is the end of all the years of hard work here in this wonderful country. This is the end of everything.
Maybe they will send Papa to prison for locking up the marshal.
Heidi, your own papa you would wish in prison?
Only long enough so Kurt and I could get married yet. And you could live with us until he got out.
How sharper than a serpent's tooth is a thankless child. So, you wish your own father in prison so you can marry that good-for-nothing commoner. You, the daughter of a baron.
But, Papa, we were engaged already before Cousin Rudolph died.
Rudolph was only second cousin.
Second schmecken, the title passed to me. You should be proud.
I would rather be happy. And I was real proud of you. When you were just plain Bill Ritter, the best blacksmith in the country.
You think it's fun to be baron? Wear this collar, this tight coat. You think the obligations of royalty is easy yet?
This is America. There's no law says you got to be a baron.
The law of succession says I got to be a baron. Passed down for 600 years. The barony of Wolfgang von Brandenburg Ritterhaus von Schnell. I have spoken. Take the prisoner his food. Not you, Heidi. You, Anna.
So you see, Marshal, it wasn't something I wanted to do. I'm a soldier, and a soldier's got to obey orders.
You were obstructing justice. You threw down on me with that gun of yours. That could be a very serious offense.
It wasn't loaded. Look. I don't keep a cartridge in it, ever.
Some army.
Oh, here comes Mrs. Ritter. I got to get back to my post.
Good day, Mr. Marshal. I brought you some lunch.
It's very kind of you, Mrs. Ritter.
The ham is cured, the same as Westphalia. I hope you like it.
Looks nice.
The pole beans we raised right here. No strings hardly.
They're delicious.
And the cage is clean. I cleaned it out myself with creosote. Besides, Charlie's been dead 3 years.
Charlie?
Yeah, our pet bear that used to live in there. Wilhelm used to wrestle with him. He squeezed him so hard he died of colic.
Oh, I'm sorry.
How long you think? 6 months, maybe?
He's gonna keep me locked in here 6 months?
Ach, lieber Himmel, no. No. I mean, how long will Papa be in prison for locking you up in Charlie's cage?
Oh, well, I don't know. Locking up a federal marshal's a pretty serious offense.
Even with very good food? Tonight I make strudel with custard sauce.
Why don't you talk to that husband of yours?
Then he was a plain blacksmith, Mr. Marshall. He would listen to me. But now, since he got to be a baron, he listens to nobody. Nobody.
I see.
It's like the responsibility of being royalty all of a sudden has gone to his head.
How long has he been a baron?
For nearly 2 months now. And since he put up the toll gate, it got the cannon, none of our friends speak to us, nobody.
Well, it must be pretty hard on you and your daughter.
Well, maybe when he's asleep tonight, I can get the key. Maybe if...
If what?
Well, if you would promise not to hurt him. You see, I still love Papa, even if he is a baron.
Well, your husband's a very big man, and I don't like to make promises I couldn't keep.
Wilhelm is the strongest man in the county. There's nothing that would stop him but to shoot him with a bullet, with a gun. But I can't do anything that would cause Papa to be shot.
Yeah, well, I know how you feel, Mrs. Ritter, but I'm afraid I couldn't...
You can't promise.
Yes, ma'am, that's it.
Well, I'll try to think of something, Mr. Marshall.
Yes, ma'am, you do that. I'll be right here in Charlie's place.
So sit down already. It's getting cold.
All right, Papa, all right.
You're putting enough food for 2 men. What are you trying to do?
So at least he can't say we are stingy.
Huh?
If I might say so, sir, I think you are making a mistake.
Did somebody ask you?
Well, I think he is a real marshal. A deputy, that is.
And I think you are guilty of insubordination. Maybe you would like to join him in the bear cage, huh?
Papa!
And you too. Maybe I'll lock up the whole shebang until I get some proper respect around here.
You are spilling tobacco on the tablecloth, Wilhelm.
And what if I am?
You can be the baron everywhere but in my kitchen. Here, I'm the boss. You behave here or gives no more cooking.
No, Anna.
I think she's right.
What the?
All right, sit back down.
But how?
Please, Marshal, Papa, be still.
He's out.
And you keep quiet, Kurt Braunfeld.
Kurt, do something. That's an order.
But I ain't even thinking of doing something.
You are fired. Dishonorable discharged.
Well, then I quit.
Will you be taking Papa to prison tonight, Mr. Marshal?
Well, not until I've had some supper. On your feet, Baron.
But how could you get out?
Over there. Through the door.
But how could you get out?
Move!
This is a violation of my civil rights.
Hold on.
I know the law, you'll wait and see. Section 9, paragraph 2. The privilege of the writ of habeas corpus shall not be suspended.
Unless when in cases of invasion or rebellion, the public safety may require it.
Who's invading?
You're a nobleman of a foreign power, aren't you? You set up an army without consent of Congress, didn't you? And you held up travelers at the point of a cannon. Well, didn't you?
No person shall be compelled to be a witness against himself. That is the Fifth Amendment, you ignoramus. I refuse to answer.
You will have your day in court. Come on.
You can't do this to me. Wait and see. I know the law, by golly. What are you doing here, Dumkov?
The missus sent breakfast. Give scrapple and strawberry jam.
I discharged you dishonorable. Get out!
Mrs. Ritter, she hired me.
For what?
To milk the cows and to pull the Johnson grass out of the corn and to clean up the kitchen garden.
So, you like better to be farmer than soldier, huh?
Yes, I do. Better, much better. And I like you too better as a blacksmith.
Traitor! Coward! Farmer! Achtung! March! Mach schnell!
Well, Baron, your troubles are over.
So, you found it in the Constitution like I said you would, huh?
You can keep your title, your toll gate, and your cannon.
I knew it. All the time I knew it. Unlock this door.
And you can take your title, your toll gate, and your cannon, and you can go back to Germany and stay there.
But I don't like it in Germany. I like it here.
According to the Constitution, you forfeited your United States citizenship.
That's a lie. Show me, show me.
Right here. Article 1, Section 9, Paragraph 8. Read it.
No title of nobility shall be granted by the United States, and no person holding any
office or profit.
I can read. Holding any office of profit or trust under them shall, without the consent of Congress, accept any present
emolument, office, or title of any kind whatever from a king, prince, or foreign state.
That means me?
That means you.
But I want to be an American.
You don't act like that. You act like you want to be a baron.
I didn't be a baron on purpose, Dumkov.
Watch your language, fat boy.
If somebody dies and makes you a baron, what can you do?
That's what I'm telling you. You can't be made a baron or a prince or anything like that. The law protects you from it.
Why didn't somebody tell me this?
I'm telling you now.
Unlock open the door. I am 100% American.
What about the cannon and the toll gate?
The toll gate will make a good wagon tongue. And the cannon, from it I could make lightning rods and hoops for the beer kegs.
Well, that sounds reasonable. How about Kurt and Heidi?
My Heidi and that farmer? What about them?
Well, they'd like to get married.
Is this the business of the United States government?
No, but they asked me to talk to you to reason with you.
You unlock this door and put off that gun. I reason with you pretty quick.
Your wife's in favor of the marriage, too.
When I get out, I take a stick to her, too.
I was under the impression that Ritter meant something honorable like knight.
I am descended from the knights of the Holy German Empire. They fought in even the Crusades.
Well, looks like you descended quite a long way to treat your little girl like that and to take a stick to your wife. You sound more like a coward to me.
I am a coward. You are a coward! I invited you to fight man to man without no guns, but you're afraid. No, you hide behind that tin star and pistol. You're afraid to fight fair, huh?
Do you think you know how to fight fair?
I do.
Just my fists.
And if I were to win, would you let them get married?
You beat me, little man. And I make you best man at vetting.
All right, we'll fight prize ring rules out in the corral.
Good. I call Heidi, Anna, and Kurt. I want they should see this.
No, this is just between you and me.
Oh, you don't want witnesses, huh?
I think it might be of interest to both of us.
The marshal must have taken leave of his senses already.
Papa's the strongest man in the county, doesn't he know?
Well, he must know. He's seen him lift the cannon.
You better split plenty hay, you little man.
You are sure it's just with fists they are fighting?
Sure, I heard every word. And the marshal will be best man at their wedding if he wins.
And when one can't get up, the fight is over, right?
That's right, and no stamping while the other man's down.
No kicking?
Okay.
And no gouging with the eyes?
No gouging with the eyes and no biting.
Just with the fists?
Just with the fists. Prize ring rules.
Prize ring rules.
Papa!
Kicking.
No kicking when you're down.
Not always in the nose. That makes me very mad. You had enough, Marshal?
Yeah, guess I have.
You're a pretty good man yourself, Marshal.
Much obliged.
Come on, we got hot water and Annika in the kitchen. Come.
Marshal, before you go, there's one thing you should know. You almost had me licked.
No.
Yeah, my wind was gone.
Oh, what's this?
Just a little lunch, so you won't be hungry. It's a long journey to St. Marcos.
Well, that's very nice of you, but...
Ah, take it. We got plenty.
Well, thank you. That's very considerate.
Maybe you come to the wedding.
The wedding?
Papa said yes.
Yeah.
Well, good for you, Papa. Maybe I will at that. Well, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Way down upon the Swanee River, far, far away. There's where my heart am longing ever
that's where the old folks stay. All the world am sad and...
Must be improving. I never took any notice before.
Pardon me, I'd appreciate your pointing out the Abilene Trail.
Well, that trail's kind of hard to find even in the daylight, man.
Well, if you'll just point out the direction, I'll be greatly obliged.
All right, you see the Big Dipper right up there? It points to Polaris. That's the North Star. You just follow that and you'll end up right in Abilene.
I guess I'm not much good at following stars.
At night, the prairie's like an ocean. You have to learn to navigate.
I'll pay you to guide me.
I'm not going that way. Besides, it'd be better for you to wait till morning and then go on. My bacon's burning.
Look, I'll give you $100 to take me to the railroad.
Say, would you like some of these beans?
2.
I'm not a bad cook.
3.
Are you running from or to something?
No questions and you can name your own price.
Look, young lady, there's too many things about you that don't add up. First, your horse is kind of poorly, and that saddle cost you plenty. You're dressed in plain prairie goods, and your pocketbook's bulging with greenbacks.
Look, I want to hire a guide, not a fortune teller.
I like to know who I'm working for and what I'm being hired for. Here, have some of these beans. You'll feel a lot better. Now, I'm not that bad a cook.
You're a fine cook. It's me. I'm all mixed up. I failed.
About what?
Everything.
I remember I felt that way once. I must have been about 16 years old.
You don't understand. He's coming after me.
A real man doesn't hesitate to act.
You want a little help, senor?
You know better than to try and run away.
I'm not taking orders from you, not anymore.
You're coming back. I'm warning you, Abigail.
Don't threaten me.
Garcia, my friend, what would you do if a woman hit you like that?
If any of my muchachas were to do that to me, I would cut off a finger, so they remember not to do it again.
Yeah, tie her up. You've been too gentle with her.
We do not have all night, senor.
I was hoping you wouldn't do that. This lady's going to Abilene with me.
She's coming back.
I don't think so.
Oh, he doesn't think so.
A man's a fool when he argues against 3-to-1 odds.
You changed your mind, ma'am?
Yes, I'm going home with him.
Home?
I'm his wife. This is Peter Garrick.
It's bad business to mix between a husband and wife, senor. It's a quick way to get hurt. You keep winning like this, and nobody out west is going to deal you in.
You gentlemen won't believe we did any gambling back east.
Well, then I'd say you did right to come out west.
Sure. Look what I have to show for a year's farming.
Farming? That's no good. That's what I did when I first come out here. Take a lifetime to scrounge out a few $1,000s. told you, Peter. You can do better than struggle with a farm all your life. What do you say, Peter?
Let's ride to town. I've got some business at the bank.
Señor, nos vamos.
We're waiting, Peter.
It's you.
I thought you'd be expecting me.
Why?
Well, there's $500 in this. Kind of careless, aren't you?
Come in. Thank you. Oh, you expect a reward?
No, ma'am. You know, as long as I live, I don't think I'll ever understand women.
Why?
Well, if you'd have stood pat last night, you'd be halfway to Abilene by now.
And you'd have been dead by now.
What?
Those two men, Matt and Garcia, they're killers. I came back here to save your life.
You know, I've changed my mind about that reward. No, I think perhaps I owe you something. Could I talk to you? Would you sit down?
Well, hello, Peter.
Mr. Loring?
How are you, Peter?
Mr. Loring?
Come in, sit down. Thank you. Anything special on your mind?
As a matter of fact, there is. The thing that bothers me is the payment on my ranch is due, and...
Well, now, don't worry about it, son. We know that things can get a little rough. I'll give you another extension.
Mr. Loring, I'm thinking of selling out.
You let your ranch run down, Peter. It isn't worth much the way it stands. Now, why don't you take a few $100s of your wife's money and spruce the place up, and then sell it?
Abigail's money isn't mine.
Oh, that's nonsense, Peter. Don't be so proud.
We still have that letter of credit their father left with us, untouched.
My parents helped us get started, and we're certainly going to help our kids.
Setting up a ranch isn't easy, Peter. Especially for city-bred folks who never had any experience at it.
Isn't there any other place we could keep these things?
No, Ethel, I'm sorry. We're going to have to take all those ledgers out of there now. We won't have any time tomorrow morning, and we've got to have every inch of space in there for that shipment of gold.
May I help you?
Please. You know, Peter, your ranch has fine possibilities. One more year of work and...
Stop, don't touch that inkwell. Thank heaven. I told you that thing is dangerous.
That's my bandit killer. We have the inkwell rigged up to the trigger of that shotgun up there. It's aimed at the other side of the teller's cage. All Ethel has to do is to move the inkwell and one bandit less.
It makes me nervous.
I tried it once. It blasted out that side window there. Oh, Peter, about selling your ranch, I'm against it. You're an intelligent man. There's no reason why you can't make a go of it.
Made up my mind, Mr. Loring. I'm going into a new business. But I want to thank you for everything you've done for both of us. You've been a real help.
I'm sorry to see you go.
Mrs. Loring?
Bye, Peter.
Peter. Any idea how much?
They're cleaning out the safe to make room for it.
What's the matter, Peter? Your conscience bothering you about the Lorings?
They were good friends of mine.
Sure, I can understand that. But out west, a man must be able to seize an opportunity. Unless, of course, he lacks the courage or the strength to succeed.
Robbing a bank. You call that courage?
Well, a man can always quit. Drag himself and his wife back east.
I'm not dragging anything anywhere back east. What time do you want me to meet you tomorrow?
When the bank closes. Garcia. Follow him.
But it's getting dark, and my muchacha is waiting for me.
Let her wait. I think our friend Peter might need some company. Make sure he goes straight home and doesn't change his mind.
What if he changes his mind after he gets home? After he sees his wife?
He won't.
You didn't have to escort me home.
It was nothing, senor.
I'll see you tomorrow.
See? Senor! Perhaps you have another bottle?
I'll see.
Bar is closed, amigo.
Oh, the senor who mixes between husbands and wives. I don't like you.
You know something? I feel the same way about you.
You got off very lucky the last time, senor.
You think I'll have a chance to try my luck again? Adios, amigo. On your horse.
What are you doing here? Where's Garcia?
Garcia had to leave.
Kind of a hurry, as a matter of fact. Take your hat off. You're not going anyplace. Pick it up. Here. Come over here. Pick up the apron. Go on, pick it up. Put it on. We're going to do some homework, teacher.
Who told you I was a schoolmaster?
Well, your wife and I had a long talk. We talked about the both of you. Your first lesson's going to be in advanced dishwashing, so put on the apron. That's right. It looks nice. You're going to need some hot water, so you better put the kettle on, too. Now, stack the dirty dishes on the drain board. That's nice. Don't you love her anymore?
What business is that of yours?
Well, now, I've never had any personal experience with matrimony, but I'm told that it's a share and share-like proposition. She's willing to share what you've got. Why don't you share what she has?
A man does not live on his wife's money.
Go on.
I don't know why she ever married me. Her father is rich. Gave her everything she's ever wanted.
She told me that.
Did she tell you how much a teacher gets paid? That her father paid for our luxuries, even our necessities that I couldn't afford? That I came out west to become a rich, independent rancher? That I'm a failure?
What's that got to do with Matt Devlin?
When an animal gets caught in a trap, nobody in the world has a right to judge how he gets himself free, not you or my wife or anybody.
That water's hot enough now. Now you pour that in the dishpan. Gonna be a lot of things cleaned up around here tonight. Now you put the dishes in the dishpan. Good, good. Now you take the soap and wash the dishes.
There it is, right on schedule. Come closing time, all we need is for Peter to put him off that guard inside the bank.
Maybe that hombre will not let him come.
Nobody's gonna stop Peter. He's hungry. Oh, not in his belly. Inside his head, where it counts.
Want some more coffee?
I'll get it.
No, Peter. Peter, Abigail wants some more coffee.
All right, Bonner. You've had me up all night. Sweeping, dusting, washing. All right, you've made your point. A woman leads a dog's life. Her work is never done. Poor.
I'll have some too.
Thank you, Peter.
Thank him. How long do you intend to keep this up?
That depends.
On what?
On Abigail here.
Peter, do you think we could ever learn to talk to one another again?
There's nothing to talk about.
It's no use.
Don't worry. I think we made some headway.
Back east, words came so easy. Many times we'd start to say the same thing at the same times. We knew what was in each other's heart.
Nice of them to bring the gold. Real considerate.
I hope you're right about Peter.
Now, don't worry, he'll be here. Take my word, you can bank on it.
Peter was a fine teacher.
I can't say as I ever heard of many men teachers.
Teaching's a man-sized job, just like doctoring or engineering or any other kind of hard, honest labor.
Oh, I didn't mean anything by it.
Well, I didn't like the tone of voice you used. Peter was more than just a teacher. He was an educator. He fought for better schools.
How'd they do that?
By writing books. Like these. By speaking at conventions, by going around and...
Sounds like a man-sized job.
More than most people realize.
Schools should be filled with new ideas, not stuffed with old facts.
Sometimes I feel that our marriage has done Peter a terrible injustice.
Go west, young man. I don't suppose anybody ever questions that.
The West is supposed to be the land of opportunity.
Land of opportunity for a man is where he's needed the most and where he's the most useful, east or west.
I guess we never realized that. Peter? 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 He's gone.
Where?
with Matt and Garcia to rob the Loring Bank. I've heard them plan it, every detail of it.
What?
My fine husband, the teacher's become Matt Devlin's pupil.
Abigail, you want to help?
Can we, Mr. Bonner?
If you'll do what I say, and be careful, maybe we can.
Peter goes into the bank first.
I follow and take care of the banker.
I'll be at the window watching the street.
I tell the bankers... No, I can't do it, Matt. You've got to call it off.
Call it off? Here's the chance you've been waiting for all these months.
I've changed my mind.
Well, I haven't. There must be $100,000 of gold in there. You know what that means? No more holding up stagecoaches. No more penny ante robberies. I've been waiting for this for years. And you're not gonna spoil it for me now, Mr. Garrick. Lorings trust you, and you're gonna get that gold for us.
No.
Don't waste your knife on him. If you don't go through with your part of the deal, Garcia and his knife will pay a visit to your wife, understand? You won't be needing that. Come on, we'll check on the horses.
Come in, Peter. Very quiet. This knife flies very fast.
Mrs. Loring, if you do what you're told, you won't be hurt. We want that gold.
Tell her to bring them all out. We know how much there is.
You better do as he says, Mrs. Loring.
When I tell you to duck, duck.
Now!
Honey, are you all right?
Yes.
There are two more outside.
The marshal's got them well in tow.
Everything's been taken care of.
That is everything but one thing.
Mr. Loring, I want you to sell our ranch.
Peter, where'll we go?
Back home. I'm going to get my old job back. And we're going to live on my salary. A teacher's salary.
As Greeley was wrong. Go east, young man.
You know, I believe that no matter what kind of a life a man has lived, or what wrong things he may have done, that there is good in every man. Take Sean McGibbon, for instance. He'd lived at the Pawnee a large part of his life. Trouble followed him like a stray dog.
What are we waiting for?
The sheriff had set a trap for a band of killers and cattle thieves that had been raiding the local ranches. It was the first time McGibbon had ridden with them, but once was enough.
You're gonna hang, mister!
Sheriff! What about the rest of them?
They got away.
Got away? Well, did you get a good look at them, know who they are, where to find them?
No, but he'll tell us.
Well, he'd better.
Sit down.
In the 20 years I've been in this valley, there's been nothing to match what this man's done. Him and the others.
All right, Henry, all right. Now look, mister. There are two ways you can go. You can help us, and we'll see about helping you. You don't, you won't leave this town alive. Now, let's start nice and easy. What's your name?
You don't have to know that to hang me.
I might want to send a death notice. You got any kin?
You think you can wait and get off easy by facing the judge, huh? Well, mister, he lost men and cattle, same as the rest of us. Right, Dan?
Ain't a man in this valley hasn't had losses. It's like he says. Now, who were you riding with last night?
Answer the sheriff.
Now, take it easy, Henry.
Just leave him alone with me and Dan for 1 hour, and he'll treat you with more respect.
I don't want to do that. The way you're acting, mister, you don't give me much choice.
I have some water.
Wait a minute. He's too good for plain water. Let's flavor it a little, huh?
You keep that up, you're going to wind up inside.
Well, make him talk.
You're not going to make him talk that way.
You got a better one?
I know he's not going to tell you anything he doesn't want to.
We don't need your help, Bonner.
All right. But remember, you can't scare him and you can't beat information out of a man like McGibbon.
You know this fella, Vint?
I know him some.
Just how well do you know him?
Not well. Better than you do.
Vint. Think you can do anything with him?
I can try.
We don't need you. You either, Mr. Mercer.
Are you forgetting who pinned that star on you, Judd?
I'm not forgetting a thing.
Well, he waits long enough before telling us. His friends could be in Denver.
That's my worry, not yours. can do. I'll give you half an hour.
What chance does he have if he tells you what you want to know?
None if he doesn't.
Remember me? Last time I saw you, I never figured you to wind up in a mess like this. That was when we chased those mescaleros off your place. Remember? Well, I guess there's no use wasting my time.
Now, wait a minute. Get me some food and someone to look at my arm. We'll see.
If you don't tell them what they want to know, you know what they're planning to do to you?
What, hang me?
You think your friends would protect you if the situation was reversed?
They ain't my friends. They'd cost me in a minute.
And why don't you tell the sheriff what he wants? If you're afraid of what might happen, they find out you talked, tell him. He'd protect you.
Look, Bonner, I'll make you a deal. You agree to it, I may still have to hang.
What kind of a deal?
Years ago, I ruined all my chances of ever doing much of anything decent with my life. Except for one thing. Right now, I'm important to someone. Someone that's mighty important to me. My little girl.
Your what?
You didn't think it was possible for a man like me to sire an innocent little girl, did you?
I just never figured.
Well, I didn't want nobody to. I figured I could take care of her myself. So the last few days, I decided I had to do something to get some money. I'd run out of time and thinking of ways to get it without...
Running with that pack again.
Yeah.
Do they know about your girl?
Yeah. And she's there alone. Tomorrow, the next day, I figure I'll get a message that they got her. And that if I talk, they'll... You can see why I gotta keep my mouth shut. I gotta face a rope. Unless you...
Unless I what?
Unless you'll get her, Bonner. You could. They've got a good start, but I could show you a way you could get there in no time.
Why don't you tell the sheriff this?
And have him running up a mountain with a posse. Whoever goes has got to go alone. Be careful. They might be there ahead of you, and they might not. But if they find out what you're after, they'll kill you, and her, too. I'm not asking for myself. If you'll bring her back here safe, I'll tell the sheriff anything he wants to know. It's up to you.
Doesn't look like I've got much choice.
Well, you got a lot more than I have. Here, you'll need this.
What for?
So she'll know you come from me and do what you say.
Couldn't I just give her a message or a note?
She can't read, Bonner. She can't speak or hear either. She's a deaf mute.
After leaving town, I figured I had a good 5 hours ride ahead of me, which meant that I wouldn't reach the cabin and McGivern's little girl until just before dark.
Well, looks like we found the place.
Still say we should have headed straight for Mexico instead of fooling around here with her.
It's because you're getting old, Rudy.
How do we know McGivern ain't already spoke his little piece to the sheriff?
He hasn't, because he knows we know about her.
Howdy. We're friends of your pa's. pretty little thing, ain't you?
Got anything to eat around here, ma'am? Did you say something she didn't like?
Cat's got a tongue. Is that right, Gav? No? Just stubborn, huh? Maybe this'll loosen you up. Your pa's in jail, and that's a fact. He sent us to take care of you.
Don't look like she cottons to you, Vestry.
No, it's more than that.
What's more than that?
She wants you to give her something.
I'll give her something. She don't speak to me.
Leave her be, Vestry.
I told you.
Vestry? You better go see what she's up to. Well, you act like you ain't never been kissed, honey.
Whoa, hold on here now. Wait a minute. What did I do? You want this? All right, here, take your...
So that's what it is. Well, she can't talk. She's an animal. That's what she is. She's a live, warm, beautiful, dumb animal.
No wonder McGivern kept her hidden away up here.
Can I get it going?
You better keep your eye on that girl.
Well, that won't be hard to do.
And I'll be keeping an eye on you. That's one job you fancy too much.
Anything you say, old man.
You figured out how you're going to get word to her pappy? Prisoners can receive mail. I'll get somebody to take a letter to the sheriff's office.
How long you figure it'll take you?
If I'm not back by tomorrow noon, you know what to do with the girl. Vestry, you mind what I told you? Get out. We better get some fodder up for the horses.
We better head. Still afraid, huh? It's all right. That's all right. You'll get over that. You know you ain't got no more paw. No, not after tomorrow night you ain't. They're gonna hang him. You just got me. No, I don't speak no Pawnee. But you're going to understand me a lot better than you do, Rudy.
It was getting late in the day, but according to McGivern's directions, I couldn't be too far from his place now. Trouble was,
Just about every one of these mountain trails looked alike.
Where's Vestry? He asked for it. Did she kill him? Well, never mind about that now. Just saw a rider coming down the trail, and it could be Vint Bonner.
Jeb, what do we do with him?
Take him with us.
I'd been hoping that McGivern's girl would have a horse of her own. Since there wasn't one in the corral, looked like Scar would have to put up with us riding double.
Jeb, you said you wanted to wait.
Why? The minute he gets in there, she's gonna tell him about us.
How can she do that?
Look, you don't have to be afraid of me. You can put the jar down. Your father sent me to you. Do you recognize this? Your father gave this to me to give to you. You understand?
Well, there's no need to be afraid. How in the world? I must have been here already. Thing to do now is find out why they left without you.
Look, I'm not going to leave you. When I go, I'll take you with me. Is that your mother? Your father sent me. Your father. He wants me to bring you to him. When I leave, I'll take you with me. Understand? I'm just going outside to take a look around. Near as I could figure, at least 2 of them had been here. And they hadn't been gone more than half an hour.
Way too dark now.
I was lucky. It was barely a scratch. But it meant we'd have to pull out as soon as it was dark.
knew Scar wouldn't be able to carry us too far, not after what I'd put him through the day before. And I knew they'd be following us. If they got too close, I'd have to make a stand.
Come on.
We've lost him. Might just as well get out of here.
No.
Bonner! Give us the girl! We don't want no trouble with you, but we gotta have that girl!
You go ahead. Circle around. I'll protect your flank.
Jeb, you're making me a target. Listen, we'll both be targets if he gets that girl into town. Now go on.
Hold right there, mister. I'd arranged for Peggy McGibbon to stay with Parson Morgan and his wife, while their pa spent a couple of years in the territorial prison. She's saying she'll miss you. The parson's wife taught her. She'll know a lot more in 2 years.
Well, it's almost worth it. Golly, it is worth it.
Starring in The Restless Gun.
Take care of your horse, mister? Rub him down for a dime.
Time doesn't sound like too much. Yeah. Say, whose funeral?
Dave Regan. He was a sheriff.
I knew who he was. He'd been a friend of mine for a long time. He was why I was here, to be the best man at his wedding. What happened to Dave Regan?
You a friend of his?
I came 100 miles to be best man at his wedding.
Must be Vint Bonner. Yeah, Dave talked about you a lot.
What happened?
He was killed the day before yesterday. A man by the name of Vance Carter. Ever hear of him?
Vance Carter. I've heard the name.
A professional gun. Came into town 3 nights ago looking for Dave. When he rode out, Dave was dead.
Where is this Carter now?
He could be anywhere. We've been out chasing him all day yesterday and today. We lost him in Devil's Canyon.
And that's going to be the end of it?
Look, Bonner. I was Dave's deputy. He was my friend, too. Everybody in this town liked him. Now, there are 30 men from Dorado out there that haven't been out of their saddles for the past 2 days. Does that sound to you like we don't care?
How did it happen?
He shot in the back.
Any witnesses?
No, I told you he was shot in the back. Anyway, what difference does it make? We know who did it.
You've got a town to run, Sheriff. That's your responsibility. I've got a responsibility, too. That's to find this hired gun.
Now, look at Bonner. We'll find him. Every peace officer in the territory is looking for Carter.
I'm still gonna try.
All right, I can't stop you. When are you leaving?
After I've talked to the girl he was gonna marry.
And I think you'd better have a fresh horse.
Much obliged. Mr. Sturgis?
Yeah? Who are you?
Well, I'm a friend of Dave's, sir. I'd like to talk to you.
Come in, son.
Is Nancy here, Mr. Sturgis?
Nancy? Oh, she's had a bad shock. She's been bad ever since it happened. You say you're a good friend of Dave's?
I was a good friend.
I couldn't have loved him more if he'd been my own son. Saw him every day. He used to pick me up at the mine and drive me home. Mister, I spent 40 years digging and working the mining claims. Always hoping that I'd make the big strike so Nancy and the man she marries could have something. You know something, son? I made the big strike a week ago. You believe me?
I believe you. If it helps any, I'm going to try to bring in his killer.
You do that, son. I'd go with you, but Ben Webster says I'm too old. And you know something, son? Maybe he's right.
Would you tell Nancy I was here?
Your name? What did you say your name was?
Vint Bonner.
Thanks to you, I am.
That's a new experience for me. Actually, I don't like seeing anyone ambushed. What'd you do?
Do?
Well, you must have done something. Somebody wanted you killed pretty badly.
I can't think of anyone.
I guess you don't always need a reason.
Well, thanks again. My name's Vint Bonner.
Glad to know you, Bonner. I'm Vance Carter.
Vance Carter?
That's right. You've heard of me?
More than that. I was looking for you.
What's this, a business matter?
Not exactly. I was going to take you someplace. Alive or dead.
That's very funny. Which one of your relatives left this world because of me?
No relative. A good friend. A sheriff named Regan.
Regan? I don't know any Regan. Where's he from?
Dorado.
Dorado.
Ever been there?
I was. How did your friend die?
He was shot. In the back. By a professional.
But it's true, my gun is for hire. That's my business. In a sense, I'm a gambler. But I don't gamble for money, I gamble for higher table stakes. My life. I don't shoot people in the back. Every man I've faced has had an even chance.
From what I hear, not with your speed.
You never know when you meet a faster one. Might be today, might be tomorrow. Who says I killed Regan?
The whole town?
I see. It all ties in. Do you know why I was in Dorado?
I'm listening.
I got a letter from a man offering me $1,000 for my services.
Who was it?
Ned Avery. I went into Dorado to the appointed place, but no Ned Avery.
So, maybe someone wanted you in town so that
I could take the blame for killing your friend. Do you believe me?
I think I do. But what's the answer?
Find the man who wanted me in town. You'll have the man that shot Regan and just try to have you killed.
Well, that sounds like a good idea. Where do we start?
I like the word we. Maybe those two departed souls up there can give us a lead.
I never saw him before in my life.
Neither have I. Who was the first one to tell you I killed Regan?
Ben Webster, the new sheriff.
Thick-set man, hair thinning a little on top.
You know him?
Not socially. He's been trying to introduce himself lately.
I guess I'll have another talk with him.
I think I'd like to ask him a couple of questions, too.
Look, there's a big set of cottonwoods up on the north side of town. You meet me there at sunup tomorrow.
I'll be there.
Mr. Bonner?
That's right.
I'm Nancy Sturgis. I've got to talk to you.
Come in.
I love Dave so. And I know he thought a lot of you.
That worked both ways, Miss Sturgis.
For his sake, I'm asking you a favor.
Anything at all.
Please leave town.
Without finding who killed him?
It was an accident.
Accident? Why do you think that?
Because my father killed Dave.
Your father? Dave's girl told me a strange and tragic tale. One that was almost impossible to believe. But her sincerity was unmistakable. I had to accept it as fact.
Please, just leave. You never should have come.
What are you doing here?
Just got nervous. Couldn't stay away. Don't worry. No one saw me.
Well, as long as you're here, I've got some news for you. I found out who the killer is.
Just tell me his name, Bono, and I'll take care of him. Fast.
No, you won't.
Why not?
Because you don't kill old men. And this was an accident.
Who is this old man?
Father of Regan's girl. He's got a mine. And some wild idea, he struck a rich vein. Scared to death someone will take it away from him. So Regan came by, and then the old man fired a shot to warn him off.
Killed him instead. Is that how it happened? And you believe this story?
Why shouldn't I?
Someone's lying. On my way over here tonight, I came by the mine. Some old codger took a shot at me. It's a full moon out, and I wasn't 50 feet away. He didn't even come close.
That bad a shot?
He couldn't have killed anyone, even by accident. You know, Brent, a hired gun could have killed Regan. It isn't as though I don't have competitors.
Whoever did it's still in town.
Why do you say that?
Because they took a shot at me. And they might try again.
Because you were Reagan's friend?
Because I'm still here. And I could find out something.
What do you know about this fellow Webster?
Nothing much. Seems like a nice enough guy.
That's what bothers me. Nice guys don't usually become sheriff. No offense to your friend Regan. You see, I have a personal interest in this, too. Professional pride, you might call it. The story of shooting someone in the back, well, that hurts.
Webster probably went along with that to protect the old man.
Well, maybe that's what he wants everyone to think. I'd like to know more about this sheriff. Who could we talk to? Pop?
He's been around a long time.
Do you think we could get anything out of him?
We? You'd be taking an awful chance with half the town looking for you.
No, I don't think so. We could meet him at the mine.
It's worth a try. Besides, it might be the only chance we've got. We'll leave as soon as it's daybreak. Meantime, let's get some rest. No need for the gun, Pop.
You know me?
Yes, sir. My name's Vince Bonner. I met you over at Dave's house, remember?
Oh, yes. Do I know him?
No, he's a friend of mine, named Joe Hodges.
What you fellas doing up so early?
We wanted to ask you a few questions.
You don't fool me. You've come to buy my mine. Well, it ain't for sale. Here. Let me show you something. That's from the assayer's office. Highest grade ore they ever seen.
You're a rich man, Pop.
I can thank Ben Webster for that. He took the samples over personally.
Have you known Ben a long time?
Well, assured he was born here. Figured for a time he might marry Nancy. And he might have if Dave hadn't come to town. But Dave's going to marry me. I know Dave's dead. But I keep pretending he's still alive. That make me a mite touched.
No, Pop, I wouldn't say so.
Now you know why I can't sell the mine. I'm going to leave it to Nancy and the man she marries. I guess now that'll be Ben Webster. Sorry, fellas. The mine ain't for sale.
It's Webster. There's no doubt about that. I'm going in to get him.
No, you're not.
Sorry, Bonner, that's the way it's going to be. Now let me go.
Look, I'll take care of Webster, I promise. But it's got to be done my way.
You gonna listen?
I should have let you be bushwhacked. All right, I'll listen.
Now, this is what I plan.
Did you tell anyone you saw me last night?
Oh, no. Did I do the wrong thing?
No. Except now I'm pretty sure that your father didn't kill Dave.
He didn't. Well, who did?
Ben Webster.
I've been expecting you, Bonner. How'd you make out on that wild goose chase of yours?
Better than I expected. I found Vance Carter.
You did? Where is he? Why didn't you bring him in?
Would you like to go up against him alone?
No, I guess not. How do you know he'll stay where he is?
I don't. That's why we better move fast.
All right, I'll get a posse together right away.
Hold it. We don't need a posse. The two of us are enough.
Look, why take the chance? Carter's dangerous.
I don't want to see him killed. I want to see him hang. That's why I think the two of us are enough. Or don't you think so?
All right, Bonner. I'll go with you. I'm ready. Hold it, Bonner.
That gun could go off.
It's going to. Now get down off that horse.
You mind telling me why?
Not at all. I don't like being led into a trap. You see, I know all about you and Carter.
You might as well tell me the rest.
When the horse I loaned you came back alone, I figured everything was all right. Until somebody told me different.
Like who?
The third man at the pass.
You know what happened to your other two friends?
Not friends, Bonner. All three were strangers. They didn't know me. I gave a different name when I hired them.
A name like Ned Avery.
I had everything worked out fine until you showed up.
When you pull that trigger, I'm going to get off a shot. I doubt if I'll miss. But if I do, Carter will kill you.
I'll take care of Carter when the time comes.
The time's come, Webster. Surprised I'm here? Bonner, you don't think like a killer. Webster and I do. I thought it'd be wise to get here a little early. Something could go wrong. How do you want to die, Webster? You got three choices. On your horse, on the ground, or on your knees.
He's got a fourth choice. We can hang him.
He doesn't have a fourth choice.
Yes, he does. I'm taking him back to stand trial.
Who'd believe you?
A judge and a jury?
In this case, I'm the judge, the jury, and the executioner. All right, hit the ground, Webster.
I say he's going to stand trial.
Don't crowd me, Bonner. Give him back his gun.
Sorry, Vance.
I hoped it'd never have to be you and me.
That's up to you. I'm ready anytime you are.
Like I won after all.
Webster, you can't get both of us.
Bonner's right. One of us is going to take you.
After all, you're not shooting a man in the back now.
Your hand is shaking, Webster. What's wrong with your trigger finger?
Getting nervous? Let's not go through this whole thing again. You got a pair of fists, use them.
All right, Bonner. I'll do it your way.
What are you doing?
I paid $80 for this suit. And I don't intend to soil it on a crooked sheriff.
I hope you left enough of them to stand trial.
I think he'll live.
It's a pretty good job. It's better than using a gun, isn't it?
What are you trying to do? Convert me?
No. It was merely an observation.
You've got a point. Besides, it's more fun.
Killed him, Mr. Bonner. Why did you just shoot him in the hand?
Well, the gun's not only for killing, Robbie. The gun's kind of a tool.
A tool?
Sure. Just like a hoe or an axe. Say, did I ever tell you about my grandfather?
Nope.
Well, his name was Jebediah Bonner.
People mostly call him Jeb. He was a marshal and a good one. Good enough to stay alive and retire. I was a boy about your age. My ma and pa had been killed before I remembered, and Grandpa Jeb had seen to it that I was raised with Doc Ludlow and his wife. Grandpa Jeb was coming home that day. That's all I'd been able to think about for weeks.
That kid.
It's good to see you, boy.
I'm glad to see you too, Grandpa. I've missed you terrible.
You have. Well, let's take a look at you. My, you must have grown half a foot since I saw you last.
Martha, why don't you take the boy along home? I'll take Jeb in here and buy him a beer. He must be pretty dry and dusty after 2 days on that stage.
Now, that sounds like a fine idea.
I've learned to write real good, Grandpa, and I can do sums, and I can ride a horse, and I...
And you can do just about everything, can't you? Well, you go along home with your Aunt Martha, and I'll be along directly. We've got a lot of time to talk about all the things you can do.
Jeb, suppose we just take that prescription I mentioned a moment ago. Two beers. This be the first of a million of them, Jeb. You've earned every one of them.
You're Jeb Bonner, aren't you?
I know you, young feller.
No, you never laid eyes on me, but I know all about you. I hear they retired you, Bonner. You know, that's something. I mean, all the towns you tamed, and you still alive to retire. Now, you must be pretty good.
Good at what?
Well, I've heard you shot it out with quite a few. Some pretty good men, the way I hear. Bad ones, but some pretty good men.
Line between a good man and a bad man's mighty fine. And the older you get, the smaller it gets.
I'll buy you a drink.
No, thank you. One's enough for me in the heat of the day.
Oh, come on now. One more ain't gonna hurt an old retired hero like you. Come on, Doc. Introduce us.
Your mouth's big enough. Introduce yourself.
I'm Jim Kenyon. Does that name sound familiar to you, Bonner? This is my brother Bob.
Kenyon. I remember a Kenyon about 20 years ago. Up in Indian country.
That was my pa. I don't believe you give him a good chance for a fair fight, Bonner.
Well, whether you believe it or not, son, isn't too important. When a man's 20 years dead, it's high time people forgot about him and went on living.
Don't you get preachy with me.
What does you want, son? A fight? I'm past that.
But you go mind your business, Jim. You should teach him to mind his mouth.
I've tried to, Doc. He's voting age.
You planning on staying in Canyon City?
I thought I would. Now, you ain't gonna tell me the town isn't big enough for the both of us, are you?
Well, you ain't gonna like it here. And I just know you ain't gonna like it here.
I'm sorry, Jeb. I didn't think you'd shoot his mouth off like that.
Every man shoots his mouth off one time or another. Let's get on home. I want to see that boy of mine.
Jim Kenyon didn't leave it there. Guess he wanted the town to know how he felt because he horsed Grandpa and Doc off the sidewalk on the way home.
Grandpa, could you really outdraw John Wesley?
Well, there was a time. There was a time.
Then why didn't you hit that Jim Kenyon?
How did you hear about that boy? Only happened half hour ago.
Billy Haskell told me. His pa seen it. You just stood there and let them walk all over you.
What would you have done, Vint?
Gee, I don't know. Something.
Yes, I suppose I should have done something.
Then why didn't you?
Vint,
If you were a real fast runner and been running real hard for 20 years, how do you suppose you'd feel?
Tired, I guess.
Well, that's me. I'm tired. See that hand? It's got a line in it for every year I've lived. And the fingers that used to be quick and limber, well, they're stiff. And the joints ache when the weather's fixing to change. I've learned a lot of things, but what good's all a man's learning if his body won't do what his head tells it to? Now, do you think I could outdraw that Jim Kenyon?
No, sir. I guess you couldn't do anything else but take it.
Let the boy alone. He has to be alone now.
Yes, I suppose so. But it's always so hard to lose a dream.
Excuse me, Mom. I think I'll take a little walk. Understand what I was talking about in there, son?
I guess so. You're not young anymore.
No, son, I'm not young anymore.
But, Grandpa, isn't there something anyone can do, even if you're not young?
Well, now, Vince, you just might have a point there. Just might. You stay right here. I'll be back.
You'd be Marshal Bonner, right?
Just plain Mr. Bonner now.
Well, Mr. Marshal, it's a pleasure to meet you, sir. Sit down.
Thank you.
I'm sure I know why you're here, right? It's the Kenyons. Oh, I know them well. I've had Jim in jail more times than one for stirring up trouble. Jim thinks he's pretty good with a handgun.
Well, how about his brother Bob?
Bob? Oh, I'd say there's still some hope for him if Jim would stop pushing him. Mr. Bonner, I don't like to say this, but you made a pretty poor showing out there today. Now, as a famous lawman, you know that if you give a man an inch, he's going to take a mile, and he's going to walk on you every foot of the way, right?
Poor showing, I see.
Yes, but what are you going to do about it?
Well, what do you expect me to do about it? Put on a gun and brace the Kenyons in front of the whole town?
Oh, no, Mr. Bonner, that isn't what I had in mind.
Well, maybe I better do something to protect my reputation.
Well,
right? Right.
Yes, sir.
Grandpa told me later it wasn't too much for a feller who'd spent half his life rousting drunks out of bars. Just a trick he used on the youngster when he wasn't expecting it.
Morning, Sheriff.
Mr. Bonner, I heard about what happened last night. I can't say that I exactly approve.
When I was by your office last night, you said something about my making a poor showing. Now you don't seem to approve of my making any showing at all.
I'm the sheriff of this town, and I intend to keep the peace.
That's a fine idea.
Even if some old has-been of a... Just let me say, I don't want anything to stop me.
Well, I always did approve of law and order.
Let you and I go out to the Kenyons and see if we can settle this matter amicably. before it develops into something far more serious. Right?
All right.
Come on. I'll get my hat.
We've gone further than we should with this, Jim. Now you take it easy.
Gentlemen, I think we'd better have a little talk.
Well, what do you want to talk about?
Sheriff, I can speak for myself.
Mr. Bonner, I'll handle this. I'm also an able lawman. I'm not going to mince words with anyone. Neither am I going to take sides.
Oh, look, Sheriff. Why don't you stick to rousting drunks? You're going to get into something that won't rub off.
I should lock you up.
And why don't you step off that horse and try it?
I've had about enough of this, Jim. Now you pull in your horns while there's still time.
And you shut up, Bob. Come on, Sheriff. Come on, lock me up. And you're man enough to do it without that gun, ain't you?
Yes. I think so.
My back! My back! Oh, my back! My back! My back!
Now, quit crying. Come on, you windbag. Get up! Get up!
He could be hurt bad.
Haven't you had enough trouble? It's always you. You with your gun-toting and your brawling and your hate.
Oh, shut up.
Don't just stand there. Help me.
Look, Bob, she might be your girl, but don't let her talk to me like that.
Look, somebody's got to set you straight. You're no good, Jim.
Look, I told you to shut up.
Now, you just stop right there, Jim. Now, you just move back there and stay like you are. Sheriff, appears to me like you're going to be laid up for a while. You're going to need yourself a deputy. I'd be right honored if you'd make it me. Much obliged. Bob, I'll send a buckboard back for him from town. You're just as big a fool as your daddy was.
I'm gonna kill you, old man. I'm gonna kill you.
You so mixed up, you gotta kill me to straighten yourself out?
Anytime, anywhere. Now, you let me get my gun, I'll settle it right now. I don't care how fast you were, or are.
I like witnesses when I gun a man down. Now, if you got the guts, I'll meet you in town this afternoon at 4 o'clock, where everybody can see.
I'm sorry, Mr. Bonner.
Sit down, Bess. You love Bob, don't you?
Yes.
Then you were right in doing what you did. People do a lot of things wrong, but the love in them makes it come out all right.
Oh, but Jim will kill you, Mr. Bonner. You're...
Old.
Yep, I'm old. Well, Bess, there's some things you can do, even if you are old. Let's just wait and see.
How did you know that about love?
Well, girl, you have to be young before you're old.
Did you have a girl then?
Had me a wife named Elizabeth. She had eyes the color of a pond right after a quick freeze. She died a year after we were married. Gave me a boy named John. He and his wife were killed at the massacre of Little Creek 5 years ago come next June. And they left me bent.
You must have really loved her to remember her like that.
Loved her? That's a pretty feeble word to express an emotion as big as the sky.
Grandpa said that even good friends sometimes don't agree on things that are important. Doc Ludlow made his feelings pretty clear.
If you face Jim Kenyon, you'll be dead. He's fast. I've seen him.
I'm sorry, Ken, but it's 25 minutes to 4.
I'm sorry, too, Jed. Sorry you ever came back to Canyon City.
Did you hear all that, boy?
Yes, Grandpa. I don't want you to get killed, Grandpa.
Now you listen to me, son, and you listen carefully. Things don't always turn out the way you plan them, and hardly ever the way you'd like them to be. But however they turn out, you've got to take them coming on. Now, you understand that?
I think so. I love you, Grandpa.
Well, I feel the same about you, boy. I surely do. Now, you stay right here. Understand, and I'll be back directly.
But, Grandpa, isn't there something anyone can do, even if you're not young? I don't want you to get killed, Grandpa. No, sir. I guess you couldn't do anything else but take it. I love you, Grandpa.
You didn't let me get close. I could have beat you. I could have beat you.
Take care of him, Ken.
That was no lucky shot, Bonner. You could have put that bullet right between his eyes and no one would have blamed you.
I'd have blamed myself. Vint, today you saw your first gunfight.
Yes, sir.
Did you like it?
No, sir. I was scared. But you weren't scared, were you, Grandpa? You just stood there and let him shoot at you.
You know why I'm sitting down right now, son? 'Cause my legs don't want to hold me up. Someday you're going to grow up. And when you do, I want you to remember what you saw today. I want you to remember something else, too. Growing old ain't so bad. It's just well, it takes a mite of getting used to. That's what it does. Yaqui Arrow, it had to be. There wasn't another warlike tribe within 200 miles. It was lucky for me it was only my arm. The question now was, where was he? There wasn't a sign of him. I couldn't see a twig or a leaf move. Need all the help I could get. Foolish to expose myself, but it looked as though I was going to have to do just that. I didn't know where he was, but he knew where I was and could afford to wait. I was losing too much blood. left your place just before sundown, feeling kind of puny. I guess I lost too much blood from that Indian arrow.
Turpentine might smart a bit, but it's the only medicine we got.
It's all right. Feels better already.
First let Doc Kincaid see it tomorrow, though. It's a clean wound, but there's always a chance of blood poison.
Blood poison what gives you lockjaw, ain't it, Pa?
Sometimes.
Do you feel up to eating stew, Mr. Bonner, or do you want I should skim off some of the broth?
Oh, no, ma'am. I'm hungry as a wolf.
Then I reckon you'll make out.
We got a cake, 3 layers, with chocolate icing. Tonight. It's got 6 eggs in it.
Today's John's birthday. Make a wish?
I did.
Looks like you're gonna get it, too.
I know it. You know what I wish?
What?
That my new boots will fit and won't gall my heels. And they better not, too.
Reverend Fletcher, you still of the same mind about staying here?
Yes, Mr. Bonner. Oh, I'm not worried about the Yankees. They know me, and they know I mean them no harm. Start, Mr. Bonner.
But these Yankees are from the other side of the mountain, down on the Mexico side.
They are all children of God, Mr. Bonner, wherever they come from.
Bless you, Mr. Bonner. Daniel goes down into the deep Yaqui country all the time, alone.
Without no guns, too. With only his Bible and a canteen of water.
And the hand of the Lord between me and harm. No, Mr. Bonner. We'll stay on here, where we've been for the past 15 years. We'll stay here until he sees fit to call us home.
Some more cake, Mr. Bonner?
Well, now,
Oh, just a little sliver.
All right, till I get my strength back. Sort of hold us till dinner time. You sure you were going to town? Or do you just come along with me because I'm a little puny?
Oh, no, Mr. Bonner. I had to go into town anyhow to get my birthday boots. Got the whole $7. Right here.
$7? That's a lot of money.
Don't I know it. I've been saving up for over 3 years. Cash money's right hard to come by.
I know what you mean.
See, Pa don't get to spend much time at the ranch and with his car and all.
Well, one thing for sure. You'll have the best pair of boots money can buy. Old Tio Paco's the best bootmaker in Texas.
Feel, Mr. Bonner, feel. Ever feel anything as soft as that leather?
Just as soft as a lady's glove.
You sure they not pinch your toes?
No, they're just right.
You keep just right? All secret from Cordova. Make from tallow, fat of bear, and bee wax. You rub. Much rub. Keep soft and shiny.
Don't worry. I will.
Hasta luego, Paco.
Hasta luego. Vayan con Dios, señores.
Hey, you got off right easy this time, Vint. Seems a shame to even charge you.
Yeah, could have been a lot worse.
He won't get blood poison, Dr. Kincaid.
Oh, no, it's a clean wound. Starting to scab over already.
Then I guess I'll be getting along then.
Hey, hold it. Come back here. I was planning on taking you to dinner.
Thanks just the same, Mr. Bonner. But I've got to get back right away.
Well, you're welcome to sleep over at my house and ride out in the morning.
Thanks just the same. But I can't today. Goodbye, Mr. Bonner.
So long, son.
Bye, Dr. Kincaid.
Goodbye, John. Wonder what he's in such a swivet to get home for.
Well, if you'd saved up 3 years to buy yourself a pair of new boots, you'd be anxious to get home and show them off yourself.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. Daniel Fletcher's a good preacher. More like a missionary than a regular preacher. But he's not much of a rancher.
Hey, Vet. Hi there, Bob. What's the matter?
We got some trouble.
Like what?
Well, I'm trying to make up a posse. I just got word that a bunch of Yankees crossed the river, 35 miles west, killing and burning everything in sight. Headed by a warrior chieftain named L.L. Cran.
L.L. Cran, that means scorpion in Spanish, doesn't it?
Yeah, name fits him. Just mean poison. Now, I'd be mighty proud to have you and that 6-gun along.
Now, Vint has a bad arm, Bob.
You mean you can't ride?
Oh, I can ride all right, but I think I'll head back to the Fletchers.
Yeah, but we gotta go to Sedalia. There are 40 or 50 people there, counting women and children.
I'm still going to Fletcher's.
But Fletcher's a preacher. They won't bother him.
I know he's a preacher, but I killed a Yaqui about 6 miles from there yesterday. I could have brought some trouble on him.
Vint, you take care of that arm, you hear me?
I'll do that. Here, John, you better eat something.
All right, hungry.
You've got to keep up your strength.
What?
Couldn't you cry?
I can't cry.
Sometimes it helps.
I can't cry.
Here, have some water. You're bound to be thirsty.
I was thirsty. Thirstier than I knew. Where was God, Mr. Bonner? Where was God?
John, I don't rightly know.
I know. He wasn't anywhere. He never was anywhere. And he'll never be anywhere. Because there ain't no such thing as God.
Now, wait just a minute.
If there was, how could he let them die like that? Suffer like that? How could he?
John, he let his own son die. Let him be tortured. Crucified.
But that was to prove that he so loved the world he gave his only begotten son. That was to prove something.
Maybe this was to prove something, too.
Prove what?
It says that God moves in mysterious ways his wonders to perform.
I can talk Bible talk with anybody. I was raised on it. And the Bible says an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. And I swear now that before I die, I'm gonna kill 100 Yankees for my ma and 100 Yankees for my pa. On their graves, I swear it. So help me God, I'll do it!
Like I was trying to tell you this morning, we've got some bad people here in Texas. But you can't blame all the people in a country or a territory just because of some of the people.
Why don't the Mexicans keep the Yankees down where they belong?
The Mexicans have as much trouble with renegades as we do. You can't go around killing Mexicans just because the Yankees live there.
Then I'll kill Yankees. 200 of them.
And you can't kill Yankees just because they are Yankees. Some of them are nice people. They're not all like this El Alacran.
Don't try and change my mind.
Listen, John, I know how you feel. And you've got a right. What I want you to do as I asked you to. Stay with Dr. Kincaid for 2 weeks until I get back from Laredo. Then my arm will be healed and we can go on the trail of the Yankees that did this. Those are the ones we want. The guilty ones.
Guilty bad dogs. Guilty rattlesnakes. Is that what you mean, Mr. Bonner?
They're still people.
Not to me. All of them. All of the dirty, crawling, murdered tribe.
John, will you do as I ask? 2 weeks. Is it a deal?
All right. I guess so. I'm all mixed up. But 2 weeks, it's an awful long time.
Yeah, 2 weeks can be a long time sometimes. I got back from Laredo 2 weeks later, like I said, and I went directly to Dr. Kincaid's office. I was kind of anxious in my mind about young John Fletcher. Hi, Doctor. Having a little siesta?
Oh, no. Just resting my eyes, Vince. Just resting my eyes. How's the arm?
Oh, just as good as new. Where's young John? How's he been doing?
He went away 4 days after you left him here.
He what?
Took my new magazine rifle and 200 rounds of ammunition.
He stole them?
Well, no, not exactly. He left me an IOU against the ranch and cows. And a note saying he was sorry, but he had to go.
Any idea which way he went?
No, but I figure he's somewhere south of the border, hunting Yankees.
That figures. Thanks, Doc. Young Fletcher's trail wasn't too hard to follow. Wherever he passed, he always asked the same question. Where was the Yaqui country? Then he would ride on, not heeding the warnings of the villagers and ranchers that the country was dangerous. After 4 days of hard riding, I talked to a couple of Yaqui squaws. They told me there was a sick white boy in the hogan of old Lupo Lazaro. I found his hogan without much trouble. Buenas tardes, Tio Viejo.
Good afternoon, amigo.
Oh, you speak English?
Not good, but enough. You seek the young white boy.
That's right. How did you know?
One is informant. He is here.
Well, John?
Yes, Mr. Bonner?
Broken.
I slipped on a ledge.
Anyone could do that. That's nothing to be ashamed of.
2 of our people have found him. They brought him to me.
I see.
He will walk again soon. The bones of the young heal quickly. But sometimes the hearts of the young do not.
I don't follow you.
I know who he is, senor. I knew his father well. He taught among us. I know why he is here. For many hours, the fever possessed your mind, son. You talked. I did not tell you before, for then you would have been afraid. But now your friend is here, you will not be afraid. It is as I feared. The evil one. The one who has brought so much pain and fear to us has returned.
Who is this?
El Alacran. Flesh of our flesh. Scalper and killer of white men. It is a long time since his return to the place of his birth.
Why did he come back?
He came for the boy. I have heard it said he boasted of the scalps of the minister of God and his woman. Now he would have his son.
Is he alone?
There are 2 braves with him.
You guard the boy.
Bueno. May God have mercy on us all. wouldn't harm one of my own blood. You have done enough. Enough. Vengeance is like unto the old dragon's teeth. It is the harvest of death.
Don't talk, old man. Give me the boy.
You have murdered. You have killed with blind vengeance. The father of this boy was a peaceful man of God. You cannot have him.
You all right?
This is Al Alacran. When he was a boy, like you, he returned home to the camp of his people and found them all dead. The white man had massacred them. This is the man who killed your mother and father. Does it give you pleasure to see him dead?
Do you know where God is now, John?
I think so.
I thought you might.
Restless Gun.
Well, I figured I'd handle about every job there was until Tom Higgins asked me to bring his 12-year-old nephew, Dudley Higgins, to his ranch. The boy's father, a Confederate officer, had been killed in the war, and his mother was dead.
Oh, honey, I sure have missed you. Oh, it's nice to see you. I tell you, I want to find out all about your trip. I want to tell you some things that have happened.
Well, how was the trip? Dry and hot. Well, son, this is your Uncle Tom and your cousin Michael.
Thank you for inviting me, sir.
You look just like your father.
Please don't talk about my father.
Take it easy, boy.
I knew I had a cousin in Virginia, but I never expected to see him. We're gonna have fun.
Thank you.
Well, who we got here? Tom don't mean to break into this family reunion.
It's all right, Arthur.
I want you to meet my nephew, Dudley Higgins.
I know all about your nephew, Tom. My wife's been telling me all about him. They come up in the stage from Virginia together. My name's Stewart. Arthur Stewart.
Pleased to meet you, sir.
My wife's been telling me how kind you were to her on the trip. I own the general store. And if at any time I can do anything for you, you just come a-running.
Thank you. Arthur Stewart. Are you any kin of Jeb Stewart, the Confederate hero?
Could be, boy. Could be, but I'm not sure.
Where'd you hurt your leg?
Oh, Chickamauga?
How can you live here in the north?
Well, I like it here. Did I say something wrong?
No, you didn't.
It was a long trip. New faces and places.
I understand.
Help your cousin put his things in the buckboard and be pleasant. Think I did wrong sending for him?
No. It'll take a little patience.
I aim to have it.
You're Dudley. You know, I'd recognize you any place. There's no mistaking that family resemblance. You must be tired and hungry after that long trip.
Michael, let you and I take Dudley to his room. Come on, Dudley.
Michael bought this for Dudley, and he threw it away.
What's that? My father carried this flag at the Battle of Chattanooga. Fight him at General Bragg at Lookout Mountain. My father was killed at Lookout Mountain. And maybe the bullet that killed him was fired by your father.
That's not so. My father was never at Lookout Mountain.
He was in the Union Army, wasn't he? He killed him.
Hold it, you two. Now, let's not fight the war all over again. You go on downstairs until we come.
He started it.
Get. Well, where are we hanging?
I think I'd like it over the bed.
Pour over a little. How do you like that?
That'll look fine. Real fine.
Well, after we have some lunch, we'll get a hammer and nails and put them up.
I'm not hungry.
Well, maybe you're not hungry, but I am. Your aunt's a real good cook. You're gonna like her.
I didn't want to come here.
Well, you can make it any way you want to.
How?
Your aunt and your uncle are real nice people. Of course, they won't replace a mother and father, but if I were you, I'd figure I had it real good. Now get your feet off the bed.
Come on, Jerry, run out. Everybody off. Come on.
All right, now, who started all this?
He was asking for it. He said the Union Army didn't fight fair. That's why we won the war.
You think you're fighting fair now? 5 of you against 1?
I'm sorry. We should let the two of you fight it out alone.
I don't want to hear any more about fighting. I think you owe Dudley an apology. Now, shake hands.
Sorry.
Go on, Dudley. You too. Mike. Go on, Dudley.
Tom, I'm worried.
Dudley?
4 days now, and that boy still hasn't come around. He's fighting and grouching and never a pleasant word.
Yes, I know.
You know, our house has been turned into a battleground.
One small boy against the world.
You have no right to say that, Ben. We've done everything we could to make that boy feel welcome.
Sometimes when he doesn't know I'm watching, you see, he looks at us as if he could shoot us right on the spot. There's a lot of hate in that little boy.
Yeah. Maybe if he had something of his own. Something to love, to take care of. Maybe the hate would go away.
Why can't you tell me?
Have a little patience, boy.
You're sending me away?
Nope, not like that. How do you like him?
I've seen better.
Oh? Think you could ride him?
Easy.
Let's give it a try.
Like I said, it was easy.
What are you going to name him?
Doesn't he have a name?
Yeah, Sunshine, but I figured if you're going to have your own horse, you'd like to name him yourself.
My horse?
That's right. Your uncle says every boy should have a horse of his own.
My uncle said that?
That's right, that's what he said. Ask him yourself.
I like the name Sunshine just fine. I can tell this has never been a battlefield. How can you tell? Have you ever seen one? Lots of them. Like coming up from Virginia, we saw overturned cannons and grave markers. I seen my daddy's marker. I'm sorry your father got killed in the war. He died a hero. I'm sure he did. But do you know how it happened? Sure. I'll show you. But we're gonna need guns. Why guns? Well, what good's a battle without guns? Doesn't your dad have them? Sure, but if I so much as touch him, I'll get hided. I can't tell you about it without guns. Okay, I'll get them. These are real fine. Here, you use this one. Let's see. Okay, this goes off the Lookout Mountain. And down here is the Union Army and all your men. Okay, there's 3 generals in the Union Army. Hooker, Thomas, and Sherman. And up here all we got is General Bragg. Now we're just south of Chattanooga. And we've dug in to keep you from moving into the city. Get it? Got it! Okay, you be General Sherman, and I'll be my daddy. Now he's in an advanced position defending the mountaintop. Get into position now. All right, the sentry had given warning the Union Army was preparing to attack. So my daddy raised that standard and moved forward. Thousands of men were behind this banner, ready to give their lives to fight off those men down there. Shooting started. Bang! 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 Okay, charge me. Michael? Michael!
Get the doctor, quick.
Oh, no, not Michael.
Open the door.
You can't let him die. You've got to do something, Dr. Harris. Michael? Michael, can you hear me?
Take her downstairs, Tom.
Oh, he's still unconscious. He looks so pale.
Take her downstairs, Tom.
No, I'm not going. He needs me.
The doctor knows what he's doing. He'll be all right.
Come on, Gloria. The best thing you can do is let the doctor do his job.
What happened?
That's a long story. I'll tell you about it later. How is it?
Well, it looks a lot worse than it is. He'll be all right.
Good.
And if you hadn't brought Dudley here, this never would have happened.
Now, Gloria, calm down. You're getting yourself too excited.
How can you stand there and be so calm? Michael might die.
He's not going to die, Mrs. Higgins.
You're just as much to blame as Tom is. If you hadn't given him those guns, you mean he's going to be all right?
Yes, ma'am. He's going to be all right. And I didn't give him the guns.
Well, then where did they get them?
I don't know. I wouldn't go up there if I were you, Mrs. Higgins.
Well, then I'm going looking for that Dudley. And when I get my hands on him... Dudley! Dudley, where are you? Dudley! Don't try to hide. I know you're here. Dudley! You better come out here if you know what's good for you.
Please calm yourself, Gloria.
I was afraid of that.
What do you mean?
His horse is gone.
He's run away?
Run away? Tom, you go get the sheriff. You tell him what's happened. That boy's got to be punished.
Now, Gloria.
Do you want me to get the sheriff?
What good will that do? You've got to let me find him. Let him tell us what happened.
But he shot Michael. Isn't that enough for you? Do you want him to kill Michael next time?
I'm sure it was an accident.
Accident? Oh, I wish we'd left him in Virginia. That's where he belongs.
Mrs. Higgins, he's part of your family now. You asked him to be. You let him run now and you'll destroy him. You've got to let me find him. Let me bring him back. You brought him here to give him a new life, a new home. You're responsible. Take one bitter, mixed-up little boy like Dudley and multiply him by 1,000,000. Well, who's going to build this big new country of ours? Please, Mrs. Higgins. Well, Tom, it's up to you.
Find the boy. Bring him home.
What's on your mind, boy?
Mr. Stewart, when I came into town and I met you, you said you like it here.
That's right.
But you're from Virginia. Didn't you like it down there?
Sure I did, boy, but that's all in the past. Now I come here to make a new life for myself and my family.
Do they like it here?
They got to, boy.
I don't like it here.
But you have to give it time.
My aunt and uncle, They don't like me.
Well, you gotta give people time to get used to you, boy.
I don't have to wait around to make my mind, Mrs. Stewart. When no one likes you, and no one wants you.
Now, what makes you say that, Dudley?
I know when I'm not wanted. That's why I came to see you. You're the only one I know from home. I know you'd understand.
Understand what?
Why I'm running away.
Running away?
This is no place for me. I just wanted to say goodbye.
Now, Dudley, if something's happened, if anything's wrong, you can tell me all about it.
Nothing's wrong. I'm just gonna run away.
Run away. I did that once, but I made a mistake. You know what I did?
What?
Well, I didn't get prepared properly. It's a long way back to Virginia. First thing you have to do is eat a good meal and take along plenty of provisions and get a good night's rest. I'll tell you what. Why don't I just fix you something to eat, and then you can spend the night right here in the store, and then tomorrow I'll help you to get ready for your runaway. What about that, boy?
Please, don't tell anyone I'm in here.
You better hide. Go over there. Come in. Hello, Vint.
Hello. Dudley been here?
Dudley?
Yeah. I thought he might have come by here. Has he been here?
Why, what's wrong, Vint?
Well, I got a hunch he's running away. I thought he might stop to say goodbye.
Well, why would he be running away?
Oh, one of those foolish things that kids do. He and Michael were playing with guns, and one of them went off, and Michael got wounded.
Oh. I think I'm beginning to understand.
Of course, they shouldn't have been playing with the guns in the first place.
Now, Bonner, you get out of here. You get on your horse, right off. You leave me be.
There's no need for you to run away, son. Your uncle wants you to come home.
What about Aunt Gloria?
They both want you to come home.
I don't believe you. You're trying to trick me. Michael's dead. They know I shot him.
No, he's not. He's only wounded, like I said.
Stop! Don't take another step. Don't make me shoot you.
You're going about it the wrong way. If you really want to learn how to handle a gun, I'll be glad to teach you. But that's not the way, not with both hands. I know how it is. Coming to a strange country, new places, new people. Takes a lot of getting used to. Believe me, son, we've all got a lot to learn about each other. Now give me the gun. Let's go home, boy.
Go in.
You afraid?
No, I'm not afraid.
You didn't do anything on purpose.
You're just saying that. They made you bring me back.
Gonna get on by yourself, or do you need some help?
I don't need any help from anybody.
Come on, then.
Where have you been? Answer me.
I don't belong here.
You and Michael, you had guns. Where did you get them?
We took them.
Michael should have known better. Didn't he say anything to you?
He said he'd get whipped, but we decided to do it anyway.
Well, I guess he was right. You ought to get whipped.
Tom, you didn't ask the boy what happened.
We know what happened.
Dudley, I want them to hear it from you. You tell them the truth. Did you do anything wrong? On purpose, I mean?
We took the guns. I guess that was wrong.
Yeah, but I mean about the shooting.
I don't know what happened. We were playing. I heard the gun go off in my hand. I didn't mean to shoot him.
I believe him, Tom.
I didn't want to come back.
Ma!
Oh, Mike.
Ma!
Michael, you shouldn't have come down.
It's okay, Ma. It's only a scratch.
You might have been killed.
We were just playing, Ma. It was an accident.
It was an accident. It was an accident. I know now, son. It was an accident.
It says somewhere that a word fitly spoken is better than apples of gold in a basket of silver. You know, that makes a lot of sense.